Okay, abusia me makwa sonko so edeba POG Media. So abusia yembonra yensemuno. Eye Godfred dame ena chese enimguase chinchinchi akana enye asam ketwa kra. Abusia Godfred dame NDC for I expose in a big time omo the evidence about bontia chese die na nanado ebeka che se onye no eno ena no ye course Godfred dame no case bia ono ankasa hu se eye case a enko emma NPP anase Akuffo adokra na Akuffo adokra na Godfred dame agi case no atena so if se wante se eye NPP ne NDC ekwan a Godfred dame ebafa so defend Akuffo adono abusua enye asem keto akra na we ena NDC enimdefo ababonten ababe expose na omoche say Godfred dame no enye adwuma papa bi na na oyo na he was there because of ne political interest na sa attorney general rule ne de sa man ne de na enye Ghana ntino abusua animguase ne na expose aba momienko na yenkonkoti na ansa na ebeko no owo ensem kan bi afahye ye comment section like share ma afoforo so ensa into me enka bi aha POG Media so medamase
for the decision to discontinue the cases as have been described as high profile cases for which has come up for conversation. Let's take a look.
A decision to terminate the criminal trial was animated in the main by three factors. The first was that for ethical and professional reasons, I could not in good conscience continue to prosecute some of the cases. The second was that for some of the cases, my own review and analysis of the charges showed clearly that the charges were defective, and some were filed against the promptings of plain common sense. The third was that in some of the cases, the evidence led so far that showed that there was a reasonable doubt as to the guilt of the accused persons, and no prosecutor should continue to pursue a case in the face of overwhelming doubt regarding the guilt of the accused person. Also, it is important to highlight the fact that in most of the cases in which I have terminated proceedings, the conduct of some of the individual judges left so much to be desired.
That's Dr. Dominic Ayeni there, and this was after calls from, in fact, it started from here. Lawyer Tr0ublě making that call that we needed the reasons behind the discontinuation of the cases. I was at that press conference. I carried the number of your questions that even the viewers had. 6 questions to Dr. Dominic Ayeni, and it's unprecedented, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
It's never happened that an attorney general would address a press conference giving reasons for discontinuing some of these high-profile cases. So is it a precedent that has to be continued, or, in the words of Eddie Tamaklo last week, in fact, that's the reason why I brought you here again, that in doing so, he has only just opened up the Pandora's box and subjected himself and the reasoning to scrutiny, as we're seeing now. Counsel, quickly.
Good. Okay, so one short remark. So we can, Oliver, did the fact-checking, did they refer to this? Godfred Dami says Dr. Ayeni is not the first to give reasons. I listened to the interview a bit. There was a case he mentioned, but I didn't hear it quite well. But he was clear that... So the fact checking, Manasseh and this Suleiman Abraham, will you fact check that point? He says there was a case he discontinued and he gave reasons. Though he lauded Dr. Ayeni for the more detailed work, but he said there was a case. I heard him. Right. So let's see what the fact check, what it returns.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So look, I doff my hat off to Dr. Ayeni. He's done marvelous. Kudos. And Oliver wrote a brilliant piece on it, right? Yes, this is what we want, and shared it on the Learned Friends platform. I hope it's been published somewhere. Yeah, because it was quite well written. Yeah, Oliver, what a brofo, right? Yeah, so Dr. Ayeni, by what he's done, has expanded the frontiers of our constitutional democracy. Yeah, no wonder at least he's given he's walked his talk. You know, he taught administrative law for a while at the University of Ghana School of Law.
But he taught me admin law.
He was your boss also in your chambers, right? Yeah, so he's walked his talk. So, I mean, by what he's done, he's broken that jinx, if I may call it so, because you see Attorney General after Attorney General running away from giving reasons for a nolle prosequi. And the Supreme Court didn't also take that bold step when the Akuffo case went to the Supreme Court. You remember this is the third week we are referring to that.
I asked a question on that, on your behalf.
Yes.
I'll play that response.
Excellent. Dr. Ayine, yes, we can't wait for Gregory Afuku's bill. God bless you, because we need to move the frontiers of our democracy more and more forward. You see how public opinion is, helping to shape our democracy. We just pray that it doesn't turn out to be a 9-day wonder. Somebody said in 2017, Akuffo did very well, so we should be careful not to start celebrating JM too early. We should wait for a while. So we'll see, right? Yes, so Gregory Afuku's bill, good one when it comes through. So as I've said, looking at it, he's done it, and done it brilliantly, right? Naturally, it's not to be expected that we will agree with everything he said. No. If we're to agree with everything that he said, then there will be a problem. It tells you that we are not thinking well. We all can't think alike, right? Okay. I hope your question involves me going into details.
Just in brief. Yes.
So, you know, Akuffo case, that one in law, let me say loosely, res ipsa. The matter speaks for itself. I'm using it, the context is not right, but we like using it. When you say the matter speaks for itself, ordinary people will understand.
That's
though legally, when you use it, it's a challenge in terms of the legal meaning. But in ordinary meaning, when you say the matter speaks for itself, yes, it's correct. It's all clear. Godfred Dame's unethical conduct is written large on the Akuffo matter. We all heard the tip. Godfred Dame said he was under extreme pressure from Akuffo and Oforiatta to prosecute Akuffo to get conviction at all costs. So in such a matter, the court can't allow itself to be used for a political vendetta. This is the third week we are making this point. And you see, yesterday, as an afterthought, he now comes and tries to rationalize some of the things, saying that Jakpa was truly unwell. I was like, oh no, damn it, this is too late. This is too late, so I don't even want to give currency to it. After more than how many months? Now, Godfred Dame is going to look for a pack of lies to come and tell in defense. Look, just accept it. You behaved immaturely on the day, and it will follow you for life. You were cautioned. You had a number of days. The day the tape came out, right? You had a number of days to the trial. I remember even trying to talk to one of his PAs. That, look, Dame, stop this trial. Before you get embarrassed. He didn't. He thought, Dame priced himself as being an excellent strategist. When you meet him privately, he thinks, when it comes to strategy, nobody comes close to him. He's quite good. But this simple case, simple one, when the company, the Dubai company, offered the money, what's your interest? You can't win every case. There's no lawyer, no proper lawyer who goes to court, right, can win all his cases. It doesn't happen. I'm yet to see any lawyer in Ghana who can say that he's won, unless you choose all your cases extremely well.
Okay.
So the Akuffo case, it's no brainer why it had to go. I know your time, you will soon sack me, so let me make this point. But I beg, Dr. Ayine, the Collins Dowda matter there, it cannot die like that. No. That one, with the payment of, is it about $200 million? And we are getting 1,500 and something houses. We pray that they do a value for money audit, not just government doing it. Let's compose an independent panel made up of civil society organizations and government. Suleiman Abrahama is here, Mariada, Samson Ladi Ayenini, all the CDD people, let's have a say so that we'll compose an independent panel to go into it. Let's see that, have we gotten value for money before we can let the Collins Dowda matter die. So for me, that case here is not dead. I'm talking about the Sagleme housing project. No, that plenty money. From where I sit, it doesn't quite sit well with me. So I want us to go to the bottom of the matter. Otherwise, then it means that when a new administration comes, I'll be leading the charges for them to reinvestigate, for that case to go back to court.
You will lead the charge?
Yes. The Colizada matter. Let's go to the bottom of it. Let's get an independent panel to go into it. That money that was paid, did we get value for money? Listen, it's very, very, very important. Otherwise, then it will be like, so let me not say things that will show that I'm thinking in one direction. I just want us to get to the bottom of the matter, to know where the truth lies. Okay, because it's a lot of money. It's a lot, right? Yes.
Thank you. And your position had been consistent on whether or not he should give reasons until last Thursday, when he did give reasons based on the calls from the likes of Oliver and lawyer Martin-Kpebu, that should be done. He's been commended for it, but then again, now, just like what lawyer Martin-Kpebu has just done, the reason given for at least one of the 7 cases is being questioned. Justified or not?
You see, again, I still insist that a nolle prosequia is a nolle prosequia.
You shouldn't give reasons.
And there's a well-settled view. I recall, I think either Kofi Kumsen, Nanado used to be his lawyer in one of these publication-related things. So in 2000, when the MPP won the election, then now defense attorney now became attorney general and took the view that there was no basis. Ethically, how could you be prosecuting somebody that you defended simply because the rules have changed? You understand? That's aside that. If you recall, when President Akuffo and the MPP lost the 2008 election, Mrs. Ajman Rawlings was being investigated, either carried them or one of those matters.
It's our own country.
Before the MPP handed over, the then Attorney General entered a nolle prosequia in respect of Mrs. Kunedu Ajman Rawlings and the others, and that was it, without giving any reason. There must be a well-tested reason why. Because, like I said, prosecution itself is a public policy tool. And so some discretion is allowed for the Attorney General. You initiate. If at the point of initiation you don't offer a reason, why should at the point of discontinuance you want to offer a reason? And so in the superior wisdom of even the people who put together Section 54 of Act 30 and 59 of Act 30, never envisage the situation where you need to proffer reason.
That was 1960.
It matters
and
not.
The UK, they are giving reasons.
You and I have disagreed on this matter, but you have your reason. I've seen the recommendation. The commendations given to the Attorney General for going against what has been the practice and the decision to offer reason. Definitely he has his, in fact, he cites his Lordship Justice Poorman's view in the Gregory Afoko and the Attorney General matter. But you see, if you heard and you read the reasons he gave, how in good conscience were you going to continue those trials? How in good conscience were you going to do that?
Okay.
How in good conscience were you going to persuade the appeal? When you read the well-reasoned judgment of His Lordship Justice Akuffo and Bright Mensah, well reasoned. I mean, you see logic. Look, again, I was involved in that trial. The day the court reversed the burden on us to show that we had authorization, I said, look, I mean, it's like saying that you are guilty. Come and prove you're innocent. That fundamentally offends a cardinal principle of our criminal justice system, the presumption of innocence. But that was what we were supposed to contend with. Look at Dr. Stephen Opuni Sedu Agongo. Look at that matter. Where in a submission of no case, all of us as lawyers here, a judge asks prosecution. Defense intends to tender this document through your prosecution witness. Do you have any objection? Prosecution, my lord, we have no objection. The judge himself recalls it. Now goes home to write a ruling on a submission of no case. And his slow motu now says that I am. Look, I mean, look, if not for wickedness and mischief, All the judge will do is counsel. Some matters are bothering my mind. I want additional submission on it, so that it will appear that you have given the people the right to be heard. The reason why you ask prosecution whether they have any objection to the tendering of those documents was that you want to offer them the benefit of hearing. Now, when you're alone at home, and I ask, my Lord Justice Onyenuga, who in the Opuni matter reasoned that way, he has a son in the public service of Ghana. If tomorrow another judge proceeds to deal with your son in that manner, how would you feel? And Godfred Dami was defending this. Godfred, where is your conscience? Or you don't have one?
Okay.
Look, Godfred Dami, no, please. Godfred Dami tells the public that there was no memo asking him to discontinue the trial.
Well, yes, he says if there is, he should produce it.
You see, Godfred is just a pathological liar.
But
look, let me tell you, please,
was there a memo?
Listen.
Is that an internal?
You see, why he didn't know was that there was an email trace.
Can you imagine?
The DPP sent it via an email.
This memo is...
So he took the memo away. That's even unethical for an attorney general to take memo to the house or shred them. You see, like the account say, you have cotton wool around your part of your body, and you are jumping over fire. Look, the DPP.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So if you look at the statement issued by the Honorable Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Akrotinga, he quoted portions of it. How can he quote a non-existent memo?
He said he didn't receive it. I think that's what I heard.
Look!
He said he didn't receive it.
No! It is his usual mischief and wickedness.
So are you saying that there was an internal memo?
Yes!
He says that if there is,
look,
you should produce it. And you are saying that the physical copy of it is an email trail that you reference.
So you see, there's a way to catch a liar. Give him more rope. Yeah. And he will tie himself with it. That is what has happened to Godfred. Look, silence is so golden that he should have just kept quiet and allow whatever it is. Now, you are denying, effectively trying to put your DPP and throw her under the bus. Meanwhile, there's an email trace
of this internal...
Yes, memo.
Okay.
And that is why the Attorney General quote portions of it, the reasoning why the DPP recommended that the prosecution of the respected Dr. Johnson Esiama be what? Discontinued. She reasoned, and that's why Dr. Ayeni quoted that portion in his statement. What is Godfred talking about? Have you not harmed people enough? You are barely 50 years, and you have wronged everybody in this republic. You allow a 80-something-year-old man to use you to destroy the livelihood of people.
ACP Dr. Benjamin
Agojo. All these people are there.
Okay.
No, hold on. I saw that when you were stepping out.
He told me that I just added Agojo to the case. I just added him. Those were
added.
Yes.
Look, a young man who is barely 50 years, you allow 80-year-old man to use you to destroy professional. Look at the way Godfred went against, what's the name? Opuni. In fact, there was a day I asked Dr. Opuni, Doc, are you sure you have not taken anything belonging to Godfred? He said, no. Look at how we treated Sedu Agongo.
Are they chasing the same girl?
I don't know.
I mean, Counsel,
there's no issue.
No, it's not a lie.
No. Now you are doing another protocol.
You round up in a minute.
But so in rounding up, the point I just want to make is that the learned Attorney General has taken a view. Well, where I sit, I think we shouldn't have even proceeded. You have taken a nolle prosequi decision. That should. And you see, Godfrey says, the Attorney General relied on the views of defense attorneys. I mean, like, seriously. I was involved. Look, and just in response, a quick one, just 30 seconds. In response to the calling data, I was counsel for second accused. I cross-examined the first prosecution witness, a reverend, and the chief director of the ministry. I asked him a simple question. You see, when you are doing a criminal trial, it's a criminal trial. There are standards. You have to prove the guilt of the person beyond reasonable doubt.
Okay.
That is what we... Look, I asked him, were you involved in the Sangleme housing project? He said, no.
Right.
How did you come by your testimony? You said document. So I asked him, this particular document, read what is... So let's
24
let's
minutes.
know that people are going through A, B, C, D. Now, I want to conclude on my own brothers. Oliver, just 30 seconds. Oliver Baker. Do you know what even the judge who granted him bail went through? Look, the judge who granted Gregory Afoko bail was immediately transferred to who? Do you know what people have gone through? And when they are talking, instead of allowing people, you see, I say democracy. The reason why this our constitution has survived is that there's benefit for people to vent out their frustration. It's also part of a democratic process.
Yes.
Even the right to demonstrate. They are all parts of allowing people to vent out their frustration allows them to carry the democratic process.
Okay, abusuya wini ensima ekoso ewo political highway so eye Godfred dame ena ne ho akadwe ma enye asem keto akra be abujafo asese mo je pene kokuti sa audio wi ede emaya aha POG Media so mbele mase